Can you give me a reaction to the verdict, Jody? Is there anything you want to say to the Alexander family at all? Can you tell me about your plans for what you're going to do behind bars for life?
Jodi Arias not saying anything to me as she is spared from death row. After 5 days of deliberating, the jury could not come to an agreement. And for the second time, a mistrial is declared in this case. It all came down to one juror. 11 wanted death. That lone juror did not. And tonight, that lone juror is being threatened. Her name, address, other personal information, all posted online. The hashtag juror number 17 even trending on Twitter. Authorities looking into those threats, and police officers are now guarding that woman's home. Fox 10's Jessica Flores joins us live now with more. And what have you learned on this, Jessica?
Troy, well, the juror and her family.
The bottom line, this is just a fraction of what's happening down here. We have barely scratched the surface. Jessica Flores, she was out and about here at Super Bowl Central, and she shows us more.
Wood was convicted of a double murder in 1989 for killing his estranged girlfriend and her father.
Joe Wood is dead, but it took him 2 hours to die.
I'm Troy Hayden. I'm with Fox Phoenix. It was very disturbing to watch. Joe Wood is dead, but it took him 2 hours to die. And to watch a man lay there for an hour and 40 minutes gulping air, I can liken it to if you catch a fish and throw it on the shore, the way the fish opens and closes its mouth. We watched as the technical rescue team went down underground into a sewer to try to save men who are overcome by fumes down underground. The operation took hours, and it got us wondering, what exactly are they doing down there? Well, tonight, the inside story of what it takes to pull off what's known as a confined space rescue.
Can you get anybody up? Hey, anybody, I need help.
All right, enter in the hole. You gotta trust your gear at this point.
They agreed to put me down a hole with one of their men.
Step on the ladder.
To let me see firsthand and show you how they tried to get those two victims out of that Scottsdale sewer.
Okay, down.
This is pretty intense down here. You're wearing a lot of gear, and you're in a very small space. Now, in a real call, you'd be dealing with all kinds of hazardous materials and gases and things. I mean, this is pretty hairy work for these guys.
All right, so you're going down slow.
And we saw it in San Diego. Let me show you exactly where we hooked up with it. Now, if you're a tourist and you hang out in San Diego, you all see the aircraft carriers and things, right across the bay. This is not quite as visible. This is over here at Point Loma, due west of downtown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up for you here and put it into 3D. This is the submarine base right here. And you can see right here, they've got this whole area, a fence out at sea to keep people away. And this dock right here is where our adventure began. The USS Ohio moves to a landing in San Diego. Wow. And we get to take you on board. All right, here we go. Come on, let's check this thing out. We climb down a long, narrow hatch. The Ohio actually makes its own air using one of these. This is an oxygen generator. They name them. This one's named Claudia. And what they do is they pull seawater out from the ocean, put electricity through it, and that separates the oxygen away from the hydrogen out of the water, and that's what they breathe. And this area of Gila Bend is one of the busiest in Arizona. It's the topography of this area that makes it so popular with smugglers. Look at what we're dealing with. There's a mountain range directly to the south of us. On either side of that mountain range are relatively flat areas where the smugglers move their drugs. There's a wash directly in front of us here, in fact, and it goes down underneath Interstate 8, and the smugglers oftentimes will end up right in that culvert just below our position. It's a good spot to control. We've all watched those protests all over the country after police officers are accused of shooting people who aren't armed. But what would happen if one of those protesters felt what it's like to wear a badge and then be put in a life or death situation himself?
So I'm going to have you put the holster on right inside your belt loop there.
Jarrett Maupin gets his weapon. You might recognize him as a high-profile organizer in the minority community. Just last month, he led marches on Phoenix Police headquarters after an officer shot an unarmed man.
We want his badge. We want his gun. We want his job.
Today, he accepted an invitation to look at things from the other side, agreeing to go through a force-on-force training session with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. 3 scenarios where you have to decide to shoot or not shoot. Scenario 1 is a call about a man casing cars in a parking lot. Maupin approaches the man and starts asking questions.
What? Where you have your hand in your gun? You're looking for your vehicle. What kind of car do you drive? Where you have your hand in your gun? What kind of car do you drive? This is my car, man.
Oh. Maupin, the officer, is shot. It happens that fast.
At what time did you think that it was time for you to address the use of force that was given?
When he came to the back of the vehicle, and was hiding, you know, I could sense something was wrong.
Scenario 2, a call of two men fighting.
What's going on today, gentlemen?
What's wrong with you?
What's going on today, gentlemen?
What do you want?
What's happening here?
What's wrong with
Back
you?
up.
Huh? What are you doing, man? Hey!
Hey, he shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me.
What happened in there?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You just shot him?
Hey, he rushed me.
Tell me why you shot.
Well, I've shot because he was within that zone. You know, I felt there was an imminent threat. I didn't necessarily see him armed, but he came clearly to do some harm to the officer, to my person. It's hard to make that call. It shakes you up.
Again, an unarmed man was shot. Scenario 3, a call about a possible burglar walking down the street. Maupin gets him on the ground. He's not complying.
I need you to keep your hands up, sir.
For what?
Because I need to check that waistband.
Well, why? What are you doing,
Because I don't know what you have under there.
Everybody, look at this guy. What are you doing?
No shots fired, but the suspect did have a hidden knife in his waistband. I went through the scenarios too, without seeing what Maupin did.
So, do you have keys, or do you have anything to show me that?
Don't worry about
No, I need to talk to you. Come on out over here. Well, I'm dead. Maricopa County Sheriffs, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Both of you, get on the ground.
What do you want?
Get on the ground.
For what?
Get back. Get back.
Same results for both of us. Things happen very fast out here. I asked Maupin what his biggest takeaway from this exercise will be.
I didn't understand how important compliance was, but after going through this, yeah, my attitude has changed. This is all unfolding in 10 to 15 seconds. People need to comply with the orders of law enforcement officers for their own sake.
You've done something that not many rockers that I'm aware of have done, where you've gone from a successful career in rock and roll, and then you kind of transitioned into a whole bunch of other stuff. You have several movies, what, 5 or 6 movies? Movies?
Yeah, I think I have 6.
6 movies, and you know, you made a remake of Halloween that became the highest grossing in the franchise, the whole franchise.
Yeah, that was really successful. That's still, that blew me away. It still has.
Can I get an oh my?
Oh, let me clear my throat for this. Oh my.
Mr. Takei, what a pleasure meeting you.
Call me George.
Okay, George, nice meeting you.
Live long and prosper.
Back at you.